Good morning, traders. It's Barry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 5 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, August 8th. So, looking back at yesterday's session, right, we just kind of opened up near 572, peaked up a little bit, and then a nice steady downtrend channel all day long. And as we look at this, I usually don't bring this over, but let me slide this over for a second. This was a very defined downtrend channel yesterday. So if you look at it right from where we popped in, right, we opened up, uh, went down 70, up 100, right, down 90, up 45, down 85, up 50, down 80, up 50, down 80, up 45, down 60, up 50, down 125, up 100, down 75, up 55, down 110, and then that was the low, right, coming out of lunchtime, uh, getting close to that 565 level yesterday, and then just smoking up overnight from that low, a total of 250 points, and then down 80, up 80, and now down 64 and counting. So really defined on this just downtrend channel, and then popped, and then right now we are, we'll get into it more in a minute, but we're hovering right around this 570 marker. So that's up 200 points basically in holding from that low yesterday. So we also come back down, traded these single prints, the top set of these single prints, and then that was also the bonds point, which was also value area low for the ES. Uh, just a lot of things coming together there for that. And then as we look at what that did to structure, right, we have some bearish single prints left on the everything except for the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was so orderly; it didn't leave any poor structure yesterday. Uh, and then looking at where we are, we're just kind of hovering right around the tops of last Friday. So that was a week ago, right, when we opened up right around where we are now, and then went down. So if we repeat last Friday, which is, no, it happened last Friday, it could happen this Friday. Not saying it will, but if we do, it's 62.64 half is what you would be looking at there. And that would be right to this bottom of balance again. Of course, you'd have to get through the upper part of balance, and more than likely we could just drift between I would say probably 23 280 up to and towards um, 23 675. So that's not a lot going on there, to be honest with you, and that enough for us day traders to do something with. And if you look at those signal prints, right, the Russell has already rotated and got some fills above those signal prints. The ES, however, didn't even get to the midpoint of those signals, rejected back down, but it is holding this little split that was in there yesterday, right around 63.76, and then the Dow just completely lost, if you will. And if we look at really today, what's going on? Again, we're trading just a hair over 570 right now after bottoming out at 565.10 yesterday. Uh, the For positioning the call wall for the day, which is not uh, hugely significant. It's not a large gamma area, but it's just something to be aware of. Is 572. That would be about 77 points higher than we're currently trading right now on the ES. So that would put you, um, right around 610 or so. And then if we look at the cash market, right, we would be opening above the 6350 right now. So you got basically 6350 to 6400. The title of my video is top of the range. SPX 6400, SPY 640. If we look at those, that should be what you should expect would be the top of the range today. It doesn't mean can't pass it or whatever, but if it's Friday, why do you think why expect more than that would be? The closer you get to those levels, to me, the closer you are to the top end of the potential range today. And then for the potential low end of the range today, it's all the way down here at 560. That would be a $10 drop in there. So that'd be around a 400 point drop from where we're going right now, or from where we're at right now. That's probably not on the table either. I would like to see a test of 575, maybe a little bit above it today. That'll be about 200 points up. That would take out yesterday's high after that nice little downtrend. Otherwise, as we're stalling here, I would think that if it's just a normal ho hum day, you're only going to get down to about 567 half, 567. That would be the low area. That's where I'd start dipping my toe in, as everyone's thinking that you're going to hell in a handbasket. And if you take out yesterday's low, one thing to be aware of, there's a little bit of a weird zone down here between 564 and 565. That would just be that 40-point range under yesterday's low. You could consolidate there and then decide what you want to do later if we end up taking a visit down there. There's nothing really between 575 and 580. So if for whatever reason, if you get a quick move up to 580, I would definitely be taking it off there. I would also be, depending on how quickly it happened, I'd be also tempted to start shorting there. Not in big size, but with limited risk, because I think you could potentially get a quick, if it happens quick, the up, you'll probably get a slow grind down from there back towards 577 to 575. But that's just something else to be aware of. Again, what I'll be watching is the closer we get to the top of the range, and I want to see the speed of today. The overnight volume is fairly light, so it could be a day where traders just aren't going to be here today, right? The overnight range is about 20 points for the ES. It's about 80 points for the NQ. So not a lot going on in the overnight session. Kind of just sitting there, punishing those people that were stuck in that downtrend yesterday. And it'll be interesting to see, if they continue to get punished. So my first bogey line for an up move is you're going to have to start holding above 572, right? If you can't hold above 572, I really don't know if I'll have too much interest in today. And then the second thing that on initial weakness, if we get that, would be, can we hold below 570? If we can't hold below 570 for more than 40 minutes, uh, that could be almost a little bit like a look below and fail. But you have to keep in mind at this point in time, you would just be chopping around in the levels I just described what I'm watching. You'd just be chopping around yesterday's value area, which can get a little bit nasty and hard to, it can make you feel cocky for a minute and then humble you the next. Not anything that you really want to be part of if we can't get outside of this value area. I would say in the first hour and 15 minutes, one side or the other. I hope this helps. We'll see what Jack's looking at next, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great week.